Well, good morning and welcome to CityLine. It is great to be in your home. We are live every Thursday morning, and this Thursday morning is the 20th of July, and it's a scorcher out there. So we have a combination of things that you can do outside, but also inside. Later on in the hour, we'll be talking with Farron Johnson, and she has brought two of Tacoma's finest young people to talk about schools out for Washington and also Seeds of Peace. Patricia Flores, she is the executive director of Catherine Place. She will be on the comfy couch talking about what Catherine Place does and how you can help them. And then I have Jessica Johnson and Jim Lauderdale here from City Events, Courthouse Square with Jessica. And then Jim, of course, is with Fort Nisqually, and we're going to talk about all the great stuff that you can do outside this summer. And then with me now, speaking of outside, is two amazing individuals. They are here with National Night Out. Please join me in welcoming back Darren Penn. You are still a community mobilization specialist for Safe Streets.
I am.
Welcome back. You look fabulous with that
Thank
tie
you.
and suit on.
Thank you.
You brought with you Ms. Sandra Ford. You are the Blueberry Park neighborhood leader, and man, are you dressed for a night out. You look fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for being here. So first off, Darren, what is, if people have just moved here, or let's say that they were living in Federal Way and now they're in Tacoma, what is Safe Streets and what is its mission?
Yeah, many people thought like Safe Street is a public government agency, but we are non-profit organization,
Yes.
non-profit. I just want to make it clear, since we work closely with all the city agency. And our mission is simple, it's to unite neighbor, inspire youth, businesses to build a safer, healthy, and thriving community. How do we do it? We do it by organizing neighborhood and community in action through forming a neighborhood watch group
Yes.
for the neighborhood.
When you say that, my heart and my mind goes back to many, many, many decades ago in the North End when I was part of a neighborhood watch group. And we successfully, with the help of the City of Tacoma Police and also a community liaison, we shut down a drug house.
Yes.
And boy, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of, but the city and also Safe Streets had a template for us to follow, and it's so important because when you're in a neighborhood with your neighbors, that's family.
Yeah.
And so for them to come together and to know how to put together a Safe Streets and bring everybody together, outstanding. So let's talk about what is a neighborhood watch group and why do I need to have one in my area?
That is a very important question. The neighborhood watch group is an organized group of neighbors looking out for each other to create safe, clean, and healthy neighborhood.
That's right.
Yeah, and a neighborhood watch group have its own mission too. It's like if you see something, you call it in, and then you document about something, and then you recruit the people for the thing that we need to work on.
The neighborhood watch.
Yes,
yeah.
and then we have to build up a goal and action plan. We not just only come and talk about the issue and drop it on the table and that someone else take care of it. No, and we have a goal and a work plan. And then I like the other one is that motivating other people to get
Yes.
involved and with the group action and the plan they have. And then after that, they do a follow-up, work closely, like you just said it, and with code enforcement, law enforcement, businesses together, how can we all improve the quality of life? So the Safe Street mission and the neighborhood have its own mission and a vision too.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're like peanut butter and jelly, aren't they?
Yeah.
They really do go together.
Yes, side by side.
Yes, you brought us some photos, and we're going to get those up. And they're pictures of actual National Night Out.
Yes.
And as we roll them, why don't you go ahead and tell me what we're seeing so people, when they see it in their neighborhood, they're going to go, I know what this is. Okay, Darren, what are we looking at right here?
Okay, this is a National Night Out, one of the neighborhood group that hosts that bring it together, and just like an opportunity for neighbor and a community to strengthening and tie and to get to know each other.
Yes.
And your local law enforcement and fire department and other community partner who serve the community.
Oh, and look at
That's
this.
what the National Night Out is all about. Look at them. It's hot, but people still coming out because there's many people moving here into Tacoma. Right now, there's so many new arrivals. We would love to help them here in the neighborhood. So this is an entertainment.
So, there's bands.
Yes,
Wow, this
yes.
is very.
And I love this.
Okay,
I don't
can you hold
know.
this slide for a second? Because I
Yeah.
didn't have breakfast.
Uh-huh.
So I got to be looking at this, imagining how good this is and what it smells like.
Yeah.
So is there always a barbecue? Is there always a band? Is there always family and children around and dogs?
Yes.
Yes.
Then Sandra can jump in too. Look at this. It's just like we have the kid come and the fire truck show up. They say, I love it. I love a fire truck. And look at the chair and the people.
Wow.
It's just like, that's why I call it strengthening relationship next door neighbor and get to know one another. That's the most important. Get to know your neighbor. And then we have police chief was there and other people.
Oh, yes.
We have all the people. We have elected officials, businesses, and the city partners showing up.
You have all the right people showing up, don't you?
Yes,
You do.
we need the partnership and a strong collaboration.
All right, so Miss Sandra, you've been sitting over there so patiently. Thank you for that. Why do I have a national night out in your block or neighborhood? Why would I have that?
I like having the National Night Out. It's a big event that everybody looks forward to engage your neighbors, to participate in this big event, and to meet new neighbors that are moving into the neighborhood,
Yes.
and get reacquainted with other neighbors that you don't see too often because a lot of people work. So it's nice to have this event.
Absolutely.
Just building community.
Yeah. You know, I think about when I first moved here 28 years ago, and I don't even know if we had, we did have neighborhood councils then, because I know we had one in our district, but we also didn't have ways that we could get to know our neighbors, and then suddenly this came along. And then it was like, now I understand your working hours. Now I understand you have kids every other weekend. And that's why you've got bikes. I mean, it's such a gift. I mean, neighbors save your life sometimes. I mean, they are the eyes, the ears, and the heart of your neighborhood. So when I think about organizing a national night out, I gotta tell you, I get dizzy. I think, how on earth do you organize something like this? And especially, Sandra, if you have just moved here and you don't know anybody, your neighbors, because we were all sheltering in place and there hasn't really had a chance for us all to get together. So is it hard to organize one of these?
What I did was I would go to my neighbors, and I have a core group of individuals, and we would go to our neighbors and recruit them to help participate in planning. So this way we could figure out events for the kids, what kind of food we're gonna have, potluck, location, and of course the time. So that's very important, to involve your neighbors. And then this way everybody knows what's going on, why we have a national night out, why it's important to engage with your neighbors and care about your neighbors.
Exactly. You know, if there was ever a time for a national night out, now is the time. Both of you, we were talking in the green room about youth violence. And this summer, the city has put toward summer camps for kids of all ages, you know, all day and at nighttime to keep our children safe.
Yes.
And you said safety, you said health, and you said something else that it gives.
Trapping. So clean, safe, and healthy.
Clean, safe, and healthy. There we
Because
go.
the youth is a part of a community.
Oh, absolutely,
And
absolutely.
they're also the future of our society.
Oh, they
too.
are. My neighborhood, I have a lot of children, and I love it because, first off, I get to see all these great kids running around. I get to see them grow from a third grader all the way up to attending Stadium High School. But we also, it's like we all raise these kids together.
Yep.
Be it going out and buying pools for each other or bringing extra food over. So when you organize a national night out, do you have to always have hot dogs, hamburgers? Can it be just a dessert night out?
You could probably do something like that. Just you could, but food drives people.
It's the great uniter,
Yes,
isn't it?
food drives people. And a lot of it, we go and ask for donations from our local businesses to help out, or a potluck,
Oh, there we go.
and invite your neighbors to bring something.
Exactly.
And sometimes the kids like bringing their favorite little snacks that they like to share with everyone
I
too.
love that.
So that's special.
So, Darren, where can someone register for a national night out in their area?
They can go to a Save Street website, or they can call 253-272-6824. And it's simple. If you are new to this event, and just call in and say, hey, I'm new. Don't be shy. I'm new, and I'm happy, but I would like to do this, to do that. That's what many people are called Save Street and ask. We have all kinds of information.
Absolutely.
And that can help. So I want to come back with you a little bit about the youth. Yesterday, there's a Jefferson Block Watch group. They have a pre-national night out gathering. And we have the kid came from, a teenager from California. And grandma brought us along. And then when they show up, meet the officer, all kinds of stuff, and they say, Grandma, can we do that in another place? It's amazing how to
They
see
love it,
social
don't they?
gathering.
Yes. Okay, Sandra, you get the last word here. In this last 20 seconds, who do we need to thank?
Well, we thank the volunteers. It takes a lot of volunteers to make this happen. And we also thank the local businesses and churches that help participate and make this possible.
All right. I want to say thank you to the two of you and all the people that you talk to, that you lead, and that for also your neighbors. You two are the epitome of doing it right. So thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
You're
for having
welcome.
us.
When we come back, Tacoma Events in Fort Nisqually will be in the house. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.